GailLyn Crawford, Queen of Journaling. GailLyn Crawford, Queen of Journaling.
Hey everyone, it's GailLyn Crawford here. I am the Queen of Journaling on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Today is Wednesday. It's February the 11th, 2026 already. And I can remember that today is the 11th of February because 36 years ago, tomorrow, I was in labor with my son, Christopher. So I'll be celebrating his birthday tomorrow, February 12th. Happy birthday, son. I can't tell you where 36 years went, but I can tell you that I have enjoyed every moment of my life, and there's nothing that I wouldn't change. So I always begin my show by going over something that I like or some experience that I encountered, and I was fortunate enough to attend a Black woman empowerment event on this past Sunday, February the 8th, and it was a great event. It was hosted by the owner, Shantae Bradley, that actually is the creator of this magazine, Smooches. And it's Smooches Woman Magazine. It's I am curvy, bold, confident, and beautiful. And when I tell you that Shantae Bradley is an exceptionally empowering person, I'm so happy to have met her. I met her last year in October, and at that time, I purchased a book from a vendor whose name was Naylima Ross. And Naylima Ross is our featured model in this winter edition of Smooches Woman Magazine. So I was so excited when I saw that she was being featured because just last year in October, I purchased her book for children called Mimi's Closet. If you could see that. Mimi's Closet. And I think I talked about it. I did in a video earlier because she was an author that autographed my book for me. So I was so inspired by her. She said, "To Gail Crawford, my fellow writer, I cannot wait for you for your first edition, and many blessings and love, Naylima Ross." And prior to that, I hadn't published my book, Walk by Faith, Trot by Sight. It's now available on Amazon.com. I'm sure you can find Naylima's book, Mimi's Closet, on Amazon.com as well. And once I received my magazine, she actually was nice enough to autograph it for me. So, see, I love getting things autographed. You know me. It just makes me feel like a celebrity. And it says to Gail, such an amazing lady. I wish you the best with everything that you do. Love, Naylima. So, you know me. And my love for these are a few of my favorite things. Now, today's topic under my The Importance of Journaling series, it's brief. I thought, what other areas of journaling could I research? And, of course, I get some type of help from the AI resources out here. And it was brought to my attention that we can do or perform or create via journaling, legacy journaling. I thought this is so interesting. And with legacy journaling, we're actually focusing on journaling prompts for seniors, parents, and grandparents. And I didn't want to say it too loud, but I actually fall into all three categories right now. So, I am a senior, very proud to call myself a senior because I like my senior citizen discounts. I am a parent, and I am a grandparent called Mima by my grandchildren. So, in my opening statement, I want to say, welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't produced any videos in a while, but I've been very busy in my caregiving position. Taking care of my mother, who is going through some health issues with memory loss under dementia. And I also assist with the caregiving of my older brother, Amos, who recently had a second stroke and needs a lot of assistance, but he has other outside resources assisting as well. But I get pleasure in providing and being of service, especially to my family and loved ones, because you only get one. I've been giving all my life. I've been planting seeds all my life, and I can tell you that I've been reaping the harvest. I recently reaped a very unexpected harvest the end of January. And while I don't want to go into a lot of detail, I can say that it was very unexpected. But when I say it was 100-fold of everything that I've provided and given in my life. So you have to give to receive. You just have to. It's karma. It's the boomerang. You got to give to receive. And it may not come back when you want it, but it's always on time. So under the journaling prompts for seniors, parents, and grandparents, I asked myself, whether you are a senior, a parent, a grandparent, I want you to know this. Your story matters. Your memories matter. And your life is a testimony. There are no coincidence moments that are happening to us because we have a testimony to share with someone else, and it can help them later on. Or I'm always passionate about generations to come. So leave that legacy journaling. I have questions under these prompts for start with seniors, and I'm only going to do a couple. What is something you survived that once felt impossible? So what I did was I went in and answered a couple of these questions myself. What is something you survived that once felt impossible? And I can say I survived home ownership for the first time. I survived labor and delivery of my son, but it wasn't impossible, but it was painful. I survived a 20-year term of seeking higher education and finally earning my master's degree around my late 40s. So I'm proud. I'm proud. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I always told my sons, whether we want to start something or we don't, time is moving. So you may as well start it. What advice would you give your younger self today? Advice I would give my younger self today? I would remain giving, but I would be a little more cautious about overgiving and putting myself last and putting a cap on it. It's nothing wrong with it, but sometimes we have to know, especially when we're in our early 20s, teens. I think the most important message I would leave my younger self is to not care so much about what other people say. And I think everyone can speak for this as we get older. As you get older, you really, really don't really care what people say a lot, because if they're not helping you some way or paying your bills, it's harder to accept. Now, as a parent, I prompted myself and asked, I think I have my pages in the wrong order. Let's start with grandparent. As a grandparent, I asked myself, One of the questions I asked myself was, what was life like when you grew up? And it was simpler. I always make the statement in my videos how life for me back in the 70s, the 60s, and the 80s, it was pretty simple because we didn't have all this new technology. So we didn't have the worries and the stresses that come with all this new technology that we have now. But it was not easier. I still went through, um, you know, life's ups and downs, teenage years, um, early life loves, losses. But I survived, and I'm happy to tell and talk about it. We learned how to appreciate what we have and make do with less because it just wasn't there. So, what you don't know can't hurt you. Family meant gathering, listening, and respecting elders. And I talk about that all the time. Our moral values and how we were taught to respect our elders. Those early years taught me resilience, my favorite word, and gratitude. What family traditions mattered most to me? Gathering together, sharing and telling stories. Oh, boy, did my mother tell my brother and sister and I a lot of stories when we were growing up, especially during like thunderstorms or times that we really couldn't go out the house because something was going on. Traditions that remind me were we came together no matter what. We had our family gatherings every Christmas and Thanksgiving, sometimes Easter. We had our family meetings in the park in the summertime. We would play kickball and have that homemade ice cream that my uncle would churn. And he would churn it out of an actual barrel, I think, using the dairy cream and some sugar, and it was delicious. Homemade churned ice cream. What do your grandchildren teach you? They teach me how to slow down and see joy in small moments because every moment when we have our children counts. We're not as fast paced as we were when we were actually rearing our children. So we're into our early retirement age and we have less responsibility. So we could take time and spend more time and pay more attention to our second generation or our grandchildren and those unforgettable moments that we probably were so hurried and so trying to survive when we were rearing our actual children. So I love it. Through them, I am reminded that wonder, laughter, and curiosity keeps my heart young. Yes, they keep me young. Oh, boy, does my grandchildren keep me young. I have a 1.5-year-old. It's going to be 2 soon. That I had to buy him a little leash with a backpack because he takes off running, and I'm not sure I can catch up with him if he takes off running. So I love taking him for walks. I love taking him out in the stroller. And I love giving him that freedom because he has so much energy. But I can't always keep up with him. As a parent, one of the questions I asked myself, and I journaled it, how has becoming a parent changed who you are? Becoming a parent softened me, and it strengthened me at the same time. It taught me responsibility beyond myself and love beyond myself because, prior to having children, it's all about you. You don't have to worry about taking care of or being responsible for someone else. I learned how to show up even when I was tired. There's no such thing as tired once you become a parent. I think they say you'll never sleep all night again once you become a parent. You were unsure or afraid. So I learned how to show up even when I was tired, unsure, or afraid. And parenting stretched my faith and it matured my patience. Definitely. 100. My second question in my parenting journal was, what is something people misunderstood about me or misunderstood about me as a parent? People may not always see the prayers behind my decisions. They may not know how often I sought God privately before responding publicly. Yes. My parenting wasn't perfect, as no one is, but it was intentional. God had a plan for me from the moment I was conceived in my mother's womb. Those quiet moments mattered more than any outward success. So I say that to say that legacy journaling and leaving this information behind for the next generation is phenomenal. It's priceless. It's something that no one else can copy. It's your story. It's original. No two people share it, just like a fingerprint. I highly recommend it. I'm always available to help or assist if you drop a question or a comment in my box below. But before I leave or exit the video today, I have been taking some great prayer journal notes, especially when listening to my newfound pastor, Pastor Michael J. McClure. Michael McClure Jr. He's in Rock City Church, and he's in Birmingham, Alabama, which I am planning to attend this year, maybe for my birthday in November. I'm going to start putting aside, planning, get my tickets early, because I'm going to Rock City Church. But he does this 7:21 a.m. Devo energy devotion. It's called devotion, and it's full of energy. Oh, he's always full of energy. Sometimes I could be a little slumpy, and he'll make me jump up out the bed and just start taking notes, because he has inspired me to create an additional journal that was just published on Amazon, and it's entitled Church Notes Journaling. He's always saying, take notes, take notes, take notes, take notes. So my hardback cover was just published on my grandson's 9th birthday, which was last Friday. And I have a paperback that's coming out soon. It's still under review. So I will be sharing that information and sharing my new journal as soon as it arrives. I think it may be coming in the mail today. So I'm sorry, coming from Amazon today. But one point I want to leave in my video today: spend more time in His presence, which is God. Pray, study more, fast more, and give God praise, because you can't lose with the stuff He uses. Fight for your family, fight for favor, fight for peace, fight for your business aspirations or your newfound career. Put the anointing and favor on others. And this is our year to fight. 2026 is our year to fight. So always mention and say to yourself, it's done already. And one of the last things before I end the video today is whenever Pastor Mike ends his service, he always prays this prayer: Lord, your will, nothing more, nothing less, nothing else. The importance of staying in God's will, immeasurable. The importance of staying in God's will is immeasurable. Lord, your will, nothing more, nothing less, nothing else. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. I appreciate it. I'm expecting great things this year. I will continue to provide other journaling insight under the importance of journaling. And hopefully and prayerfully, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.